Good morning, students. How are you all today? I hope you all are quite well. Listen, last few days I've been talking about the percentage and its applications and have solved so many questions related to that exercise. From today, I'm going to start a new exercise and a new term also you haven't heard before, that is compound interest. So before starting compound interest, I like to say how it is derived from simple interest. Okay, the simple interest you have studied in class 7, clear? So what is simple interest and how we'll find out, and what are the different way we can find out the principal, rate and time period from the simple interest that we have already studied. Now question is compound interest. What is compound interest and what is simple interest? What is the basic difference between the simple interest and compound interest? Simple interest. Simple interest. Simple interest and compound interest. Clear? So simple interest and compound interest, what is the basic difference between the two types of interest? You know, simple interest, suppose a sum of certain amount is kept in bank for a certain period of time and at certain rate. So what will be the interest after that stipulated period? We find out this interest at a time. Okay, that is simple interest. SI stand for the simple interest equals to P into R into T by 100. That you all know it. Okay, simple interest we find out principal into rate into time divided by 100. This is a simple interest. And compound interest, how will come? What is the difference between? In case of simple interest, I can say simple interest is the what? Interest on the capital, P. P is the main principal or capital. And here compound interest, what will be the definition? It is the interest earned from the capital and the interest on interest. What is the meaning interest on interest? Suppose I have kept certain amount of money for 3 years or for 4 years at 10% interest. So after 1 year, okay, whatever the interest I will earn, that will be added with the principal. So next year, what will be the amount for simple interest? That will be the principal for the next year. Okay. So then next year, whatever the interest I have earned, so I will earn something more on that interest. And again next year, again we will add some interest on interest. That means in compound interest, we are earning interest on the capital as well as whatever the interest earned in the after first year, again we will earn in the second year, again we will earn in the third year, and so on. So interest on interest. That's why if a certain amount of money, okay, we keep some here, or suppose bank, certain amount of money, same rate, same principal, same time period. So you will see the compound interest will be always more than the simple interest. Why? Because we, in case of compound interest, we earn interest on interest. But in case of simple interest, at a time we find the interest on the capital, capital P. At a time, after 3 years, how much interest will be there? At a time we find out. But here we find out the interest on interest after first year, after second year, after third year, and so on. That's why capital already will be there. We will be earning interest of the capital same as that simple interest. But whatever the first year interest, okay, it will be added with the principal, and second year principal will be more. After second year we will be earning some little more interest, and it will again be added with the principal, and after third year we will be earning some more interest. That's why we can notice that after the stipulated period, for certain principal, certain rate, compound interest will be more than the simple interest. So let's see with some basic example how it is differed from simple to compound interest. Okay, suppose simple interest. In case of simple interest, how can we find out? Let's see. Suppose a sum of money, example, principal, certain amount of principal, 10,000. Okay, 10,000 rupees. Okay, suppose rupees 10,000. Okay, rate of interest is 10% per year. Okay, and time period say 3 years. Okay, so what will be the first? I will find out what will be the simple interest, and same principle, same rate, same time period. How will find out compound interest? But I will not apply the formula of compound interest. The concept is what? From simple interest, I will find out the compound interest. I will show you how it is more than the simple interest. Okay. So then SI is equal to, simply SI is equal to PRT by 100. So it is coming what? 10,000 into 10% into 3 years by 100, that equals to rupees 3,000. So at a time on the capital we are earning in simple interest rupees 3,000 on the principal 10,000 after 3 years at 10% interest. Clear? Now same amount, same principal, same rate, if I invest it in compound interest, how will it differ? We just see compound interest CI from simple interest formula. Simple interest formula. I will apply simple interest formula, not compound interest. Compound interest formula I will come later on. Okay, just after a few minutes I will come to compound interest formula. Okay, simple interest. Now, in case of simple interest, what I said, at a time we are finding. In case of compound interest, what will we do? After 1 year, after 1 year, after 1 year. So, whatever the interest will be coming, that will be added to principal, and next year principal will be more. In first year, after first year, after first year, okay, SI is equal to PRT by 100. So that equals to 10,000 into 10%. Time will be 1 year, because after 1 year and then another 1 year, then another 1 year, I will find out this way. So if I cut it, so it will be how much? That equals to rupees 1,000. Okay. So now amount will be P plus SI. That is P was 10,000. Okay, plus interest to 1,000. That equals to rupees 11,000. Now this 11,000 amount 11,000 will be the principal for second year. So after second year, what I will get? Second year, SI equals to P R T by 100. So P how much? 11,000. Rate is 10%. Time is 1. Again, so that equals to what? Rupees 1,100. So now I have earned 100 more, 100 rupees more, as it was 1000. Now I am earning 1100. That means 100 more I have earned, and that has come from the interest 1000. Okay. Now amount is equal to P plus SI. How much P? P is the 11,000. Earlier P was what? 11,000. So 11,000 plus this interest 1,100. So it is coming 12,100 rupees. So this is the principal for second year. Okay. Now SI equals to P R T by 100. Now, so P is the how much? 12,100 into R is the 10%. Time period is always 1. So what will happen? I will be getting first year, second year. After second year, I am getting how much? So then it will be amount for SI. So then 100. This cut. It is coming how much? Rupees 1,210. So again I am earning little more on the interest on interest. This 12,100 will be the principal for third year. So what will happen after third year? Third year SI equals to P R T by 100. Here the P will be 12,100 into rate of interest 10% and time is 1 year. So by divided by 100. So this 20 get cancelled. It will be what? 210. So then what will be the amount after third year? Amount is equal to P plus SI. Clear? P is the what? Last P 12,100 plus interest is 1,210. That equivalent to 13,310 rupees. So at the end of third year we are getting amount 13,310. Then what will be my compound interest? Therefore compound interest CI equals to last amount minus first principal. This is the last amount and this is the first principal. First principal is what? This is the principal 10,000. So that is 13,310 minus 10,000. Okay, that equals to rupees what? 3,310. Look at carefully. So at the end of third year I am getting amount this and compound interest is 3,310. Now compare simple interest and compound interest. What I earned simple interest 3,000 only, and what is the compound interest? 3,310. What is the difference? Therefore difference equals to what? 3,310 minus 3,000. That equals to rupees 310. So same principal, same rate, same time period. If I invest a certain amount of principal, rate and time in simple interest and compound interest, the compound interest will be what? In this case 310, more than the simple interest. Why? Because in case of simple interest, I earned the interest on the capital at a time, right? And in case of compound interest, I earn the interest on the capital and interest on interest. Whatever the first year interest, I am adding the second year. So I will earn something more interest, and whatever the second year interest I earned with the amount, I am getting the little more interest. That's why the number of times that is called conversion period. I will come to that point also. So number of times we calculate number of the interest, compound interest will be more and more. Okay, have you understood this principle? So in this case, I have compared simple interest and compound interest, and I have got the compound interest following simple interest formula. So I will explain the compound interest also. But if anyone facing problem to follow compound interest formula, you can find out the compound interest by following simple interest. This is the procedure. First year amount, after getting this principal, after first year, whatever the amount, it will be the second year principal. And whatever the amount will be there, it will be the principal for third year, and so on. Have you understood? Now, I think you all have written this one, very important part. You complete it quickly. Now I will explain about the compound interest. Formula of compound interest and what are the different areas we have to memorize by heart, otherwise you cannot. And compound interest, basically whatever I noticed, the calculation part. Okay, one calculation is very difficult when this amount and the rate, okay, a fraction or decimal. So that time you have to take special care. Okay. So this is what now compound interest. Compound interest. Okay. Now I am coming to the topic. Our topic is compound interest, but before that, the discussion was started from simple interest. Now we will discuss about the compound interest. So at the end of the question, if you are asked find the amount or interest after a particular period of time, then what will be the amount? Compound interest formula: amount equals to what? P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to n. You just write down. I will explain each and every part. I will explain. You just write down. Okay. And compound interest directly you need to find out. CI is equal to P into P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus 1. This 1. Okay. That means I have to multiply this one by principal, and also 1 P multiplied by 1 means 1 principal. So amount minus, up to this portion is amount. When you subtract from here, okay, so another one, we are subtracting 1 principal. That's why it will be interest. Or I can find out this way also. CI equals to amount minus principal. So better is that when at the end of the question you are asked to find out the compound interest, you follow amount formula. After getting amount, you just CI is equal to amount minus P. So you subtract principal from this. So here it is there, but I have seen many students are doing mistake while calculating this part. That's why I am also suggesting to avoid it. If compound interest need to find out, you follow amount formula. After getting amount, compound interest is equal to amount minus P. Principal you subtract from the amount, you will get the compound interest. Now, each part I have to explain here. What is this? Here, note down, here P refers to what? Principal. Okay, main capital. Okay, principal. R refers to rate of interest. Rate of interest. And it's, we have four mode of calculating interest. One is yearly, half yearly, or 6 monthly, or semi-annually, quarterly, and monthly. That means YLY, that is yearly. YLY stand for yearly, or HLY, half yearly, QTLY, QTLY quarterly, and then MTHLY monthly. Okay, so these two mode of interest, very rare, it is not given in your textbook also, but you can find out. Yearly and half yearly it is there in your textbook. Half yearly sometimes I can say semi-annually or 6 monthly. How many half year in a particular year? After 6 months, 1 half year, and another 6 months, a full year. So within a year there are 2 half yearly. Okay. Similarly, quarterly, how many quarter in a year? 4 quarter equals to 1 year. Then what is the duration of 1 quarter? 3 months. 12 divided by 4, that is 3 months. 4 quarter equivalents to 1 complete year, and duration of 1 quarter is 3 months. And monthly means after 1 month I will calculate interest. So the number of times you calculate interest, that interest will be more and more and more. Okay. So after 1 month, whatever, same way that formula, after 1 month, whatever interest I earn, I will add with the principal. That will be the principal for the next year, and whatever interest I earn, again we will add with the principal. That will be the principal for the next year, and so on. Okay, so that's why monthly interest will be more than quarterly interest, and quarterly interest will be more than half yearly interest, and half yearly interest will be more than yearly interest, and yearly interest, compound yearly interest will be more than simple interest. Okay, so in case of compound interest, yearly interest is the least and monthly interest will be the most. Okay, its value will be more than the quarterly, half yearly, and yearly. Remember this point. Okay, and what changes will come when these words are there? So you have to write down. T equals to what? Time period. Generally, year. Time period. Okay. Time period. Therefore, N is what? Conversion period. Conversion period. What is the meaning? It will come in your objective question, MCQ. Okay, what is the meaning of conversion period? That means after 3 months or after 6 months or after 1 year, we will calculate the interest depending on the instruction. What will be the mode of calculating interest? Half yearly, yearly, quarterly, monthly, whatever it will be given, accordingly that N refers to there. Okay, so then you have to write down here, when, write down, very important, when interest, rate of interest calculated yearly, so N will be equal to T. So if N is 3 years, T is 3 years, then N will be 3. If compounded half yearly, then what will happen? Rate will be half, N will be double of T. So this is very important part I am writing. You must write down. Okay, when compounded YLY, then no change in rate, then no change in rate and n will be equal to t. So if it is 2 years, then n will be 2. If it is 4 years, then n will be 4. And rate, there will be no change. But when compounded half yearly, in case of half yearly, what will happen? First of all, you have to make the rate half. If it is 10%, you have to make it 5%. If it is 8%, you convert it to 4%. So what happened? Rate will be half. Rate will be half and n will be double of t. That means if 2 years is there, 10% 2 years compounded half yearly, then 10% will convert into 5% and 2 years n will be 4. So how many half yearly in 2 years? There are 4 half yearly in 2 years. That will be n will be equal to 4 times of t, double of t. Okay, that means 4 times I will calculate the interest within 2 years. So obviously, number of times you calculate interest will be more. Are you clear to me? This thing. And same way, if quarterly part is there, quarterly R will be 1/4, n will be 4 times of t. Understood? So whatever the rate is there, if rate is 10%, so make it 1/4. It will be 2.5%. Okay, 1/4 of 10 is 2.5%, and n will be 4 times of t. If it is 2 years, then n will be 8. 2 4s are 8. That means within 2 years, how many quarterly will be there? In 1 year, number of quarterly 4. In 2 years, number of quarterly 8. So 8 times you have to calculate the interest, and the interest will be more. Same way monthly, the rate will be 1/12. Okay, whatever the rate is there, you have to make it 1/12, and n will be 12 times of t. 12 times. If it is 1 year, then 12. If it is 2 years, then 24. Conversion period will be 24. Though this use quarterly and monthly rate of interest, it is not in your book. So half yearly and annually, you have to follow this. Okay, there is no change. So very important part you have to remember, because I can set MCQ question from here. When yearly instruction is there, mind it, when yearly instruction is there compounded yearly, then there will be no change. Whatever the rate is there, rate will be like this, and whatever the t is there, n will be that only. But when compounded half yearly, first of all make the rate half, okay, and n will be double of t. If it is 3 years, then n will be 6. Okay. Same way, quarterly and half-yearly. Quarterly I am not discussing. This is all about the general discussion about the compound interest. So this is the formula of compound interest amount. This is the only compound interest, and I suggest you not to follow this formula. If compound interest is there, you follow amount, and amount minus p is the compound interest. Are you clear? Now I will solve one question, and you will solve 1-2 questions from at home also. Okay. Say first question, I am clearing it. Okay. So write mode of writing is no need to write down the entire statement. You just note down the data given in your question. Okay. After that, you will solve it. Okay. Now, textbook question number 1 I am solving, and 1 part A I am solving it, and rest 3 question will be for homework. Okay. You will practice. You will practice question number exercise this. Question number 1A. You see, calculate the amount and compound interest on principal 10,800 time 3 years, rate of interest 12.5%, compounded annually. So when compounded annually word is there, what I say, no change in rate and n. Whatever the n is there, t is there, that many times of n. So here P equals to rupees 10,800. Rate equals to 12.5. Don't write down fraction. Percent YLY, compounded annually. T equals to, what is the T? T is equal to 3 years. Therefore, n equals to 3. Got it? This way, from the question you have to note down the data. Now they are asking to find out amount as well as interest. Okay, compound interest. Therefore, amount equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to N. R by 100, rate by 100. 1 plus R by 100, increase percentage. So in case of compound interest, it is increased every year percentage increase 1 plus R by 100. Okay, it is a kind of gaining part. Okay, amount equals to, put the value 10,800 multiplied 1 plus 12%, 12.5 by 100 raised to 3. Clear? Or 10,800. So 1 plus, you convert into whole number. So decimal will be out. 1 0 will be at the denominator. So earlier it was 103, 1 0. Due to if you remove this decimal, so 1 0 more, then base. You cut, it will be 8. 125, 8 0. Cancelling up to you. You know what you will cancel. You may cancel or may not. LCM, perform LCM and that many times. You can, that is up to you. What will be the easiest part of mode of calculation? 1 plus 1 by 8 raised to 3. Clear? That means what? I have to write down this part 3 times. A equals to 10,800. Then if we perform LCM 8, and then it will be 8 plus 1. Perform LCM, this is 1. LCM is 8. So you multiply by 8. 1 multiplied by 8 is equal to 8. That means 1 is there. 1 is there. So whatever the denominator is there, it will be here. And plus the numerator 1 raised to 3. Or A equals to 10,800. 9 by 8. Now 9 by 8 raised to 3. How many times? Okay. So 10,800. So 9 if I multiply 3 times, it will be what? 729. 8 if I multiply it, it will be this. Clear? And now this cancelling up to you. What way you cancel? Or you can write down this way. Or you can write down A equals to 10,800 into 9 by 8, 9 by 8, 9 by 8. Whatever the easiest part is there, you can find out. After that, cancelling and multiplying division up to you. What we will calculate. So if you multiply by cancel by this, you will get how much. That is up to you. What we will calculate. Okay. Now after that, I am getting, after multiplying and cancelling, A equals to, I am getting after this calculation, or you can cancel this way, 4, 8, okay, 8, 1 carry 2, 400. Okay. 4 name. If I cancelling by this, it will not be like this. Clear? 8 1 is 8, carry 28, 28 3 is this, carry 4, 8 5 is this way. We keep on cancelling this way. If I cancel by 4 and this, if I cancel by 2, 6, 7, 5. After cancelling and this, whatever I am getting, it will be 15,377.34. Okay, this is the amount. Therefore, interest CI equals to amount minus P. That is 15,377.34 minus 10,800. I am getting CI equals to rupees 5,000. CI equals to rupees 4,577.34. Okay, if we subtract this one, I will be getting this. Have understood this one? So I can expect that you will be able to do question number B, A part B, C, D. 3 questions I am giving homework. You see, question number B I am just explaining. It is also the principle is given. Time is fraction. Fraction year. Rate is 10% per annum compounded half yearly. Very important part. When time is given fraction, 2.5 years. Clear? And rate also annually. Then what I will do? So complete year 2 years you follow compound interest formula. Find out the amount. Clear? Now half year you will follow simple interest formula and find out the amount. Last amount is the amount of compound interest. Have understood or not? So when fraction year is there and compounded annually is there, you will do what? Whole number years you will follow for compound interest formula. You find out the amount, and whatever the amount you are getting, that amount you follow the fractional part, that is 6 months simple interest formula and amount. Okay, and last amount is the amount for the compound interest, and this amount minus P is the compound interest. Okay, so you will try. I will be there. If you are not able to do, definitely I will do it, but I am giving you tasks B and C. Question number 1, B and C, you will do this. Okay, till then, bye bye students.